and Alora here. Today we are going to make some DIY bunting, which is the little triangle pendant things that you hang on string and then you hang them and they look cute. So you can make yours whatever style you want. I made some festive ones the other night that I've hung up in my cubicle at work and they look super duper cute. So you can make yours festive to go with the holiday or whatever you want, man. All you're gonna need for this project is either glue or tape. I'm gonna be using glue. Scissors would also be useful, but I guess you could use a knife to cut the ribbon. It's completely up to you. What we're gonna start with is circles. These are 2 mandalas from a mandala coloring book that my mom gave me a while back, and I have colored them the way that I like. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut around the circle here, and then I'm gonna fold these and then cut them in so they look like triangles. We're gonna cut it like a pizza, basically. You can also just cut out triangles from whatever thing you wanna do, but this is easiest, and then you end up with fancily designed paper for cheap. Let's get to the cutting. Don't worry about making the edges super neat because we're gonna fold the edges over the ribbon after we hang them on it. So the edges are gonna end up being straight. So they're gonna end up being triangles even though we're cutting them from circles. So when you have your circles, you really only need the one, but I wanna do different designs, so I've got 2. You're gonna fold it in half first. Try and match it up as best you can. So you fold it in half, like a taco, then you fold it in half again. See? Make sure you're creasing everything really well. You're gonna have to cut along these creases when you're done. And then you fold it in half one more time. So that is folding it in half 3 times. You end up with a little tiny pizza slice. Try and make the edges as neat as possible because if you line up the edges really well, then you won't have weirdly sized pieces. All your pieces will be the same size. Crease those really well and then unfold it, and you end up with 8 little slices folded into your pizza. So now we're gonna do this on the other one, and then we're going to cut those pieces out. Now we're gonna cut along these lines as best we can. Doesn't really matter if you're super accurate, just as long as the lines are relatively straight. I've been doing a lot of crafties recently because what else do you do when you're home alone in your apartment and you get bored with what's on Netflix? So now that we've got a bunch of little triangles, what we want to do next is we want to get our letters. I'm gonna put letters on some of these so it says Wogsland. And I gotta figure out what color I want to do these letters in so that they stick out over these. I'm gonna cut these letters out of construction paper. I've got a big sheaf of it right here. I want to pick a color that's going to pop and make it easily readable when you put the letters on these 2 pennant types. We're gonna go with yellow. And now we're gonna write Wogsland on here, but first I'm going to trace out the shape of this because we're putting the letters on these little pennants here, so we don't want to make the letters too big on accident. Just rough sketches so you know basically what size you want the letters to be. You can make your pennants say whatever you want, or they don't have to say anything. You could just do whatever you want with them. So, time lapse. I don't know why, but for the life of me, I can never remember how to draw an N whenever I start one, so I always have to draw it out like normally first, or I freaking mess it up because it's just really hard for me to draw N's for some reason. Little serifs, which are like the little end bits that stick off the letters, and it's quite difficult. like A's with the middle cut out. And I'm gonna try and cut this. This is a horrible idea. Oh. We're moving on to the next step, which is clear your workspace by pushing it out of shot. We're gonna erase all the lines that we have left over on our letters. Once you've got all of your letters erased with all the pencil bits, we are going to pick which ones of these we want to put our letters on, and then glue our letters onto these, and then we're gonna glue everything onto the ribbon, and it's gonna be great. Got my whole banner right now so we can get a look at everything. It's a little busy, but I think it looks good. I think we might add an extra green one on either side. Okay, now we're gonna glue these on as they are. Glue your letters on that you glue them straight up and down with the pointy end pointing down. Down so that when it hangs, your letters aren't crooked. On in the same spot too, so that it reads straight across. I'm just gonna slather glue on these. Put your ends on correctly. Put your glue on the back of your letters. Oh wait, no wait, this is the front. Yes. Now we're moving on to the big step. We've got all of our letters glued on, and we're going to glue our pieces on to our ribbon. So first what we need to do is we need to make sure we cut a piece of ribbon that is long enough. And that's 1, 2. Shit. This is the last of my black string, my black ribbon. I have quite literally no more. Hopefully, this is long enough. Got our length of ribbon. Lay our pennant pieces on here so we know where to put them so that it looks good. Once we get everything laid out, we're gonna use tacky glue to glue everything on. Finger widths on the end, and then 2 finger widths in between each one. And you want to line up the corners of the triangle with the top of the ribbon. I'm seriously getting glue like all over my table. Last one, guys. Okay, that is a wrap. There you go, guys. This is what it looks like, the final result. I think I'm gonna fold down the tops once they're dry so that it is more triangular and less rounded on the top. That is it for making homemade bunting. Super easy. You can do any kind of variation on it that you want, and all you need is paper, string, and some glue and or tape. Also scissors or a knife. That's all for me, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.